I have a question. Can I ask you why it's 10 years later, almost, and this is still the best camera ever made?
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Sony X3000. Of course, I'm heading out to get some wildlife action. Separate video, of course. Not one piece of wildlife footage will make it into this show. You know what I don't get? Serious talk here. How come no one has even tried to replicate this? It's a cult following classic of a camera. Just tiny camcorder style. It's still used today by large channels. It was perfect, basically. We just want to see it updated somewhat, brought into the 21st century, and no one's doing it. It had a Zeiss lens. There's 30 pop on this thing. I don't get why everyone is copying the GoPro style body. That's the problem. I know I've heard that like mounting this to a helmet is not the best. It's like awkward, but you're stupid. You're the one lowering your life expectancy and driving mankind off a cliff with your road warrior vehicles. No one cares about your life. You're stupid. We should be concentrating on vlogging down the street here. And we could have perfection, but we don't. To this day, nobody has an action cam with an actual rectilinear lens. They're all fisheye, and now they're getting so stupid wide, like 10 mil, where you have to crop in and your already tiny sensor becomes even tinier. She told me once, that's tiny. And I said, I bet there's smaller things. And she agreed. And then she left. Well, it was a good moment. She agreed. She knew that there were smaller ones out there. I was like, to hell with that guy. You know what I mean? But the Sony X3000 got it right. 17 mil lens, not fisheye, zero cropping needed, optical stab in there, and with that long body, allows the lens to be, it writes itself, man. It goes into the body. Whereas these flat GoPros, what are you even gonna do with that thing? You can't do nothing. So like this can have optical Boss stab in there. Can you even fathom an upgrade? Picture this for a second and try not to wet yourself. A Sony X4000, 16:9 sensor, 8 megapixel, dual gain output. Oh, that already is like, holy shit. 1-inch sensor, slightly bigger body. Okay, we handled it. Same 17 mil lens, 2.8. Everything's in focus. That's cool. That's fine by me. Boss stab with a little 10% crop to help you out with the active. And then we're throwing around some specs. Just 4K, 120, HD, 1000 frames per second bursts. Why am I wearing ankle socks in this hellstorm? I'm in the wrong world. I wasn't meant to be here. GoPro has like 25 megapixels. It's a dumb joke. Every good camera, just think about this. Try to debunk me. The most used video cameras of our time. Sony a7S III, FX3, ZV-E1, Canon C70. What do they have in common? All just enough megapixels to do a 1-to-1 readout. How is there snow falling? I'm under a literal roof. But a low megapixel sensor gives you the best chance at the highest frame rates, the best quality with the lowest heat output. Wind better not be effing my life right now. Mic jack right in the back. Huh? Try that with a GoPro. You need a dongle bitch with a cage attaching it. DJI has like a little smaller one, better, but it's still dongling. This one right in there. Come on. Why did I come here? This is hell on earth. It snowed like 300 feet of snow. Even Canada shouldn't get this much. There's too much happening. There's not going to be any animals that even survived this storm. Oh, I'm going to die on my feet. Oh, the ankle socks. Oh, that is not fun. Oh, it's cold. Oh, I'm miserable. Oh, the X3000's the only thing keeping me alive right now. This is hell. I'm shocked, though, that even the small companies like Ape Man and like the ghetto Chinese third-party action cams, no one's copying this, the best one. Even just the form factor and trying optical stave in there. I don't get what happened, and it's been almost 10 years. That's the writing on the wall. It ain't coming back. Sony had 10 years. They've obviously killed off that line to make new and improved ones that aren't improved. I'll improve your mom. Notice how my arm is angled out of the shot? Because it's a top to bottom pinch grip, long body, like a camcorder would. We could totally have a flippy screen on there. This would be the best thing ever made. It already is. But like that, the V1 Canon, it's like a claw grip. That's not good. It makes worse stave happen. And then the GoPro's also a weird thing. You can't really pinch it tough. It's too dainty. What are we doing? This was the body. This is the one to replicate. Camcorder style body. It's been 10 years. You had 10 years. When you learn your enemy's mistakes and you study him, you have 10 years to defeat him. He's done for. He doesn't stand a chance. You've been studying to beat him. You had a chance, but nobody could stand up to the truth that was the Sony X3000. When I'm done this video, I bring out my little lens cap, 3D printed, pop it on. This goes in the pocket. Tiny, you barely even notice it. You travel all over the world with just this, and you'll get amazing stuff. Would be nice to have some updated slow-mo specs, a better quality audio jack that isn't clipping and angry, just some minor improvements, another Zeiss lens. Come on, bigger battery. Come on, like it's not much we're asking for. Even somebody to replicate it. To this day, I think Sony has made about 11 attempts at beating this camera with other designs. The RXO line, which was 1-inch sensor, but then it was super cropped with no stave. It was a complete crippling. And then the ZV-1 lineup is like, are you joking? With that, super crops, tripod mount, blocking the battery door, tiny battery, same battery as this one. And like attempt after attempt. And it's just fail city. And it's like, who even made this? It clearly wasn't Sony, because they could have made it again. They stole it from the Yakuza Mafia. So we moved on. DJI Pocket 3, it's better in a lot of ways. It's just, it's not as small, and it's not as nimble. You can't dunk it underwater. Although this, I wouldn't recommend it. Actually, it's the only action cam that like, well, don't do that. Here's a housing. I'll move into your house later next week. So since Sony clearly is not going to beat this thing or try to replicate it ever again, someone else, come on, GoPro, copy the long thing. Come on, DJI, you could do it. If not, Ape Man, come on, Akaso, you're gonna do it, right? Someone's gonna do this thing, the optical stave, although there's the patents to get around that boss stave, but I don't get it. I do not get it. Nothing is designed for vlogging ever, except the Pocket 3, and it's all we need, and this video is irrelevant, but I want the X4000, and I'm never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. So, what do you think? Do you want an X3000 through my affiliate links? They're very cheap and not rare at all. How you doing? Now to get some wildlife footage, not one animal is alive. Not one survived this hellstorm. It's hell on earth. Hell's cold. It's not hot. I'll leave after Bitcoin gets donated. Subscribe to my website.